Megan is Missing is a movie that a little while ago went viral on TikTok. Even though I don't use TikTok, unlike some people, there's people who use it either. I found the full movie in my YouTube recommendations and decided to check it out. So I started watching it. I researched the movie for a little bit, and I heard that this movie is traumatizing and extremely scary, especially in the last 20 minutes. Do I think this movie is traumatizing? No. But I do think that it is a lot scarier than other horror movies out. This is a mockumentary about a girl named Megan that goes missing after chatting with a boy named Josh online. Her friend Amy knows about this guy, and I can't say much more without spoiling it. I will talk about spoilers later, but not for now. This movie stars Amber Perkins and Rachel Quinn. The last 20 minutes of this movie, besides a few things, are really good. The set design is great, and there's actually a genuinely scary moment there. One moment from the movie that everyone's talking about is the barrel scene. Even though it's not as terrifying as everyone's making it out to be, it's still a very well executed scene that doesn't need to be loud to be scary. There's some really great makeup as well, and what comes after is even more disturbing, but still a really good ending for the movie. If you've seen the movie, you should know that there are a lot of things about Megan that is missing that don't work at all. Unfortunately, the acting in the movie is really weak, besides a few parts. I feel bad because they're really young and they're not too well known, so I don't want to bring them down. And they do have a few moments where they're okay, but for the most part they're just not very good. They tried their best and they had a lot of things to do. Amber Perkins had to just scream for 15 minutes near the end, so I feel bad saying bad things about their performances. They just weren't that great. A lot of it was because of the really cringy dialogue. And they had to say things in the movie that no one on the face on the earth would ever say. The opening scene is we're recording on Amy's new video camera. My expensive new video camera. Daddy loves me. Slut. And there's one random scene where Amber Perkins' character Amy, she gets blamed for Megan's disappearance, and the whole scene was so random. It was randomly placed, randomly acted. It's just a really retarded scene. I'm sure they could have done fine in a better movie. Rachel Quinn especially, she seems like she could be a good actress in another movie. She tried. One thing about a lot of found footage movies that really bothers me is how they found the footage. A lot of the movie had Amy just talking to the camera and explaining everything that's happening, even though we first of all already knew that. And it's obvious no one would ever do that in real life. They just need the exposition in there, so they just threw it in. They also use Skype calls, which make no sense. And there's barely anything in the movie that actually makes sense to exist if this was real, like the news reports or the two photos. But most of it just wouldn't be there in real life. This is probably the worst in the last 20 minutes, but those last 20 minutes were good enough that I can look past that. There's also one random scene where they have a dramatic reenactment of Megan's abduction, and it felt completely unnecessary. It did nothing. There's a lot of unnecessary things in this movie. My last major problem with the movie is a character decision made before the last 20 minutes. I'll just talk about it after I grade the movie. There are still a few things I like about the movie though. The main two characters' personalities are pretty good. They were really unrealistic, but they worked well for each of the characters and the situations they were put in. I think if the movie wasn't so rushed, it could have been a lot better. I'm pretty sure the script was written in a week, and it was filmed in 10 days. I heard that somewhere. And I also think the editing was really bad. It's a really poorly edited movie. Michael Goy, despite seeming like a really weird goy in real life, sorry that wasn't funny, he had some good ideas for the script. I like the concept of this, and it has a few genuinely scary moments. Gives it an advantage over quite a bit of other horror movies. I'm going to give Megan is Missing a C, because there were some really bad things, some really good things. And now I'm going to get into some spoilers. I was going to do a full spoiler review for this movie, but I already saw YMS already did one, and I don't have enough things to say that are new that would justify a full video. So I'm just going to do my spoiler review now that I've graded the movie. This wasn't the decision I was talking about earlier, but the police in this movie were trash. They should have found Megan after Amy talked to them. She tells them about Josh, and even though Amy was easily able to communicate with them, for some reason the cops never think to track him. I don't see any reason why they wouldn't be able to, because she has like his contact information, and I know that things like this happen in real life, but Megan wouldn't have a friend who knew knew how to contact Josh. But Amy did know how to contact Josh. It was like she talked to him several times after Megan got kidnapped. And I don't know how they wouldn't be able to track him down. So, the thing I was going to talk about earlier, Josh threatens Amy and says if she tells anyone anything else, he'll kidnap her too. And that was like actually a pretty creepy moment. It like really made me feel like I was in this situation. But then Amy was a big dumbass. If I were Amy, I'd wait till a parent was home, maybe get a gun in case he's here, because he says he's watching her. Then I'd take the laptop to the police and just like not leave until they find Megan, which they should be able to do with the laptop. But instead, she ends up going back, and what does she do? She hangs out under an abandoned bridge where no one else is. She vlogs about Megan, then gets all surprised when she gets kidnapped. What was she thinking? The guy threatened to kidnap her, and she's just like hanging out all alone. Oh my gosh. One moment that could have been genuinely creepy was the first time Amy was under the bridge, before Josh threatened to kidnap her. Still kind of a dumb place to go, but that's not as bad. But he's stalking her from far behind, and they don't point it out until later. But it's like really noticeable, and you knew it happened. I do like the idea of like having something hidden in the background in horror movies and then not knowing about it until later, because I think that's a really creepy thing. But in this movie, they weren't too subtle about it. You could see him. Like, maybe you would think it was like a crew member, because for this movie, I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. But, no, I knew it was Josh. And then there's also that one scene where Josh feeds Amy dog food. Then he decides to rape her afterwards, like from the backside. Like, I don't know if he's like, I don't, just think about it. It's really gross. I did really like the makeup and prosthetics on Megan in the barrel scene. That was definitely the scene in the movie. She looks really gross, and I was actually like seeing that face in my mind a lot after I watched the movie. Like the way her skin's all moldy, and like her eyes are like mostly all white, and her mouth's just wide open. That just looked really good. I think they did a good job with that. And I also like the way they showed the two photos. At a time the text on the screen, you'd be like, okay, when's it coming? Then it just like pops on. That was really disturbing moment. And I think this is one of the movies that's not as scary the second time you watch it, but it's still as sad. Because even though this movie isn't very realistic, it's about something that does happen. And I know people like say that even when a movie is not scary, but this movie is kind of scary, and that just makes it worse. So I hope you enjoyed my review for Megan is Missing. Make sure to watch my other reviews. Bye.